Hello my beautiful friends, I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for joining me today here on Lumiere. My name is Clair. I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading, and today's reading is channeled messages from your person. So what is it that they want to say to you from their higher self? So, and also kind of the energy surrounding your connection. So I cannot wait to get started. Before we do, I just want to thank my Lumies, my amazing subscribers. Thank you so very much for all your support. I appreciate each and every one of you and all your lovely comments. So yes, thank you so very much. Right, let's take a look at the crystals. It's pick a crystal today. I've got 3 groups for you. Group 1 is the Apatite Palm Stone, Group 2 is the Aura Quartz Point, and Group 3 is the Amethyst Crystal Cluster. Take as much time as you need to make your selection today. Choose from your intuition. Let that inner voice guide you. You are welcome to pause the video if you need more time to make your selection, but when you are ready, your timestamps are in the description box as always, and I will see you in a moment. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 1, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is your crystal, the beautiful Apatite Palm Stone. It's very lovely. Okay, let's take a look at what it is that your person wants to share with you from their higher self. I'm going to begin by drawing one of the Lovers Oracle cards. And this is the card that you get. This one has come out before actually. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond your control. So Spirit is really saying, look, there's no one to change but yourself. So maybe you are in that energy of tying yourself in knots, kind of mentally or emotionally, just thinking, if only they'd be like this, if only they'd say this, if only this had happened, if only I'd done that, right? Okay, what has happened is what has happened. So it's about kind of how you're feeling right now and how you move forward into the future, which is the most important thing in this connection with your person. So I feel like you're both going through this period of kind of letting things settle down and kind of coming into acceptance about where you are. There's no point trying to kind of fight what is, okay? So if you're looking to create a shift, a positive change in this situation, it begins with you. It begins within you, in your own heart. But beautiful angelic imagery here for you. So I absolutely love that. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and then I'll draw some oracle cards as well. Opening your reading with the Emperor, then the Tower, no messing around today, Ace of Wands, the Page of Cups, 9 of Wands, that's Page of Cups in the reverse, excuse me, King of Pentacles, Hanged Man, 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and then you get the 4 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is super interesting. Capricorn's energy here, Virgo's energy, Taurus energy, and Aries energy as well in your reading showing up. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That may resonate with you in your situation. Please don't worry about it if it doesn't. Remember, these general readings cannot possibly resonate with everybody, but just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Like we always say. So this is interesting with this Emperor to the Tower. This is a powerful opening to your reading. I sense that there's like, maybe there's been some drama or a lot of friction between you and your person. It's like what I'm hearing from Spirit is you're not seeing eye to eye about something, right? I feel like you couldn't agree on a plan, right? For kind of like where this is going. So maybe, how can I put this? So maybe you just thought, well, yes, you know, we're a couple, or this is going forward, or we're going to travel together, or we're going to move in together, or it's kind of like the direction that this connection was going in, and you couldn't agree on it. Like maybe you've got kind of different ideas about what you want for the future. Maybe you want it to be more serious and they want to keep it casual, or like you thought that it was going in one direction and now they've taken a job that's miles and miles away, right? Or they've kind of indicated to you that this isn't something that they're thinking about for the long term because they're thinking about other plans. These are just examples of how the energy may be showing up for you. I like to give examples of how I kind of sense the energy. I'm not saying this is what is actually happening, but I just feel like there was this kind of, something's undermined this. There was some kind of plan or kind of assumption about what was going to happen for the future or what was kind of going on in this connection, and it's like you're not seeing eye to eye, or you can't agree on it, or there's some kind of, what I'm hearing from Spirit is there's some sort of sticking point with this, and it's caused a breakdown in this connection. I also sense that your person may have been a little bit rigid or controlling in their outlook, you know, maybe about this particular issue, if this is what's resonating with you today, or just kind of in general about this relationship or about relationships in general. So there is this tendency to kind of want to control things, but this has created like a very rigid environment. It's made things, you know, it's kind of stopped the flow of things a little bit, and this may be why this situation has faltered or stalled or broken down, or why there's been an argument, this tower moment that's showing up in the early part of your reading that I'm seeing here. But your person really wants you to know that they're still very much invested in this. They'd like another chance. They're still so magnetically drawn to you. There's a lot of lust here, a lot of sensuality, and a lot of kind of attraction. So even though kind of things may be difficult, it's just like maybe there's like a bit of a kind of hot and cold situation. Maybe there's a kind of love-hate relationship here. Lots of fireworks is kind of what I'm hearing, because this feels very intense and passionate. So that passion may be in the bedroom, or that can kind of spill over into kind of your relationship in general, how you communicate with one another. So I see that here. Your person really wants you to know, look, I'm still into this. I'm still into you. I'm still very attracted to you. Kind of regardless of what's been going on with you both. There's this energy here where your person is resistant for making an apology with this Page of Cups in the reverse and this Nine of Wands. They really want to, right? It's like it's on the tip of their tongue. They kind of know that they need to, but it's their pride that's stopping them from doing that. So there's this energy here where they're just like, I should really apologize, but maybe they haven't yet. But I see them kind of doing that, if this is kind of resonating with you, that they should really maybe apologize, or maybe just back down a little bit, or just kind of like meet you halfway, right? They know that they need to do this, like in order to connect with you. But there is some resistance to doing that because of their own pride, or because they feel ashamed of things, or because there's also this energy that they don't want to start things back up again. They're just like, oh, I need a bit of time to kind of let things settle down, you know, whether that's out in the 3D world or kind of just within themselves, their own emotions, right? Their own energy. They're just like, I need a little bit more time. So they're kind of wary of making that apology, or of reaching out to you to kind of connect at this time. A lot of this is to do with future, thinking about the future with this King of Pentacles energy showing up here, Taurus energy. A lot of their triggers are kind of about the long term, thinking about the future, thinking about the long term. So it may be the case that they're okay on the day-to-day, they're okay when they don't think too much far into the future. They're okay when you're just kind of coasting along, but if they're asked to commit to something, right, then you come up against one of their triggers, right, if you ask them to kind of talk about the future or to commit to things. So that may resonate with you. This is my She's Just Got Real card as well. So it feels quite weighty, quite serious, and I just don't think that your person would be showing up in this way if it wasn't for the depth of feeling that they have for you, and they really want you to know this. They know that this is serious. They know that this is a serious connection. They know that they need to be showing up in a more mature way, because there is this energy of immaturity here with this Page of Cups in the reverse, that they may have been a little bit immature. They know that they can do better than this, and they don't want to be this person. You know, if they've said something that was a little bit outside their integrity, or they've been a little bit childish, or a little bit immature in the way that they've been communicating with you, or in the way that they've been connecting with you, or kind of, you know, their behavior, the way that they've been showing up for this connection. Okay, so a lot of this, they want you to know, is to do with their triggers, and they know this is serious, and they want to be a better person. This is this energy here where I see them kind of leveling up to this connection, which I think is really nice. There's been some insights here with this Hanged Man energy, right? Whatever's happened, they're moving into this time where they're having greater insight. They're seeing things differently, right? They are starting to be able to kind of be a bit braver, to look at the future, right? And to really kind of get clear about what it is that they want. So I see them, this is the word that I'm getting, insight. So they see things differently now. Maybe they see things from your point of view, but they're definitely getting insights. And it's just like with this Seven of Swords, they understand now how they've hurt you, or how they've acted out of their integrity, or like that the way that they've been showing up kind of isn't good enough. It's not because they're a bad person, you know, like we were saying, maybe there's some issues, some triggers here, right? And this is weighing really heavily on them. They're just like, there's this strong energy of like, I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to, you know, it's getting too tiring for me. I can't like carry on like this. I realize that it isn't working. Showing up for this connection in this way, it's not working for me. But there is this like realization that they've been unfair to you, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, right? We got the Four of Pentacles and the Devil showing up here, Capricorn's energy as well. They're still very much like bound to you. There could be like some sort of karmic lesson in this connection for them. Maybe for you as well. Maybe you've sort of agreed to meet in this lifetime to do this little dance, to kind of learn this lesson. I see this here, but they're very much, you're very much in each other's energy is what I'm saying. You're kind of, even if you're in no contact or you're not talking to each other, or there's been a breakdown in communication, wherever you're at in your connection, I see you really strongly bound to one another's energy. And that they are very bound to you. They're not letting you go. I see this here, they're not letting you go. A lot of this is about them kind of, there's a pattern here. They've got like an unhealthy pattern, which is in their own character, and it's part of their life's journey to kind of work through this and to transform this. And this is how they're showing up. But what I'm hearing from Spirit is their shadow self. So there's something here where they're kind of stuck in a pattern. They want to do better by you, and they want you to know this. They want to be this kind of King of Pentacles, this better person, to show up for you in this solid way. But they're coming up against, and they want you to know this, that they're coming up against this trigger, this pattern that is within them. It's something that they're working on and that they're working through, and I see that really strongly. Here, this is the issue. Because what they've realized is that, it's no longer serving them, right? And that they've got to do things differently. And what they realize is this pattern is only isolating them. Something about this kind of issue within them, or this pattern, is keeping them isolated from love. And that is what they truly want. That is what they truly want in this connection, to be able to connect to somebody heart to heart, soul to soul. So this insight that they've got is just like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to end up on my own, or I'm going to lose him or her, right? So this is like significant, this kind of realization, this insight that they've got. And there's this beautiful energy of wanting to come in from the cold, wanting to be accepted, right? To be loved, right? So these are the messages that they have for you from their higher self. This kind of, they want to share this insight into that shadow part of themselves. People always, there's always a reason for people's behavior, right? If we look below the surface, right? There's always a reason, always. Okay, we need to let each other go. So I just feel like, is this going to come into focus? No, maybe later. There's this energy here, you know, maybe you're on a break, or you've agreed to sort of let each other go for a little bit. There's definitely this energy of letting the dust settle a little bit. So it may be the case that you need a little break. I'm going to clarify with more cards on this. I want to go to the Mystic Moon Oracle. It's like maybe you've been going kind of round and round in this. Maybe it feels a little bit like it's Groundhog Day. And in their kind of darker times, it's like maybe they are better off without me, you know, maybe you are better off without them. This is what they think, but this is to do with their own kind of feeling of worthiness here. Oh my goodness, we have the card Twin Flame coming out for you very strongly. This is what I was seeing here, where I was saying you are bound up to each other's energy and that you're doing this dance, all of that. So if you are, you know, wondering if this is Twin Flame energy, then that's too many. Sorry, that's like 17 cards just dropped out. Then there is that indication here. Twin flame energy could be a soulmate as well, or just like that twin flame card often represents like a lot of mirroring for one another as well. Balancing the scales. I was saying this as well, that there was like some sort of karmic or kind of karmic lesson here in this connection, and this is part of that balancing out. So I see some more balance coming into this connection. If it's been a little bit one-sided, or it's been, you know, we opened this reading with the Emperor, maybe it's been a little bit, it's my way or the highway from your person. This is this insight that they're getting about kind of coming into balance, being able to meet you halfway, like we were talking about, that kind of 50-50 energy. Strong, powerful energies here for group number one, if this is resonating with you. I am true to you. This is so lovely from the Seasons of the Soul deck. So, you know, regardless of if you feel like you've pulled apart or like they feel a bit emotionally distant from you, they're always true to you. Their heart belongs to you, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. We have, you have changed me. This is what we were talking about, that insight that we've been getting as a result of kind of your energy being in each other's lives. It's creating this process of growth, of change with them, right? With their energy, with their outlook. So they want you to know that they've changed and that they're growing. We have, I want to build a life with you. I'm going to come into focus. Let me do the YouTuber thing. There you go. Hopefully you can see that now. Yeah, I want to build a life with you. So they want you to know this, that despite kind of everything, you know, maybe they need a little bit of time to kind of sort themselves out. You know, there's this King of Pentacles energy here about kind of the long term. They know that you are a long-term prospect, and that would be a very beautiful thing, and that you have a lot to share with one another. And like, it's like this energy of developing, of kind of building things together, right? Which I think is really nice. Let's take a look. Oh, this is interesting. I am eaten up with jealousy. So it may be that your person has a sort of jealous nature a little bit. A lot of their triggering could be to do with you know, the attention that you get from other people in your life, or, you know, or just like relationships that you've had in the past with your ex. What I'm also hearing from Spirit is that there is some envy around how easy it is for you to love, right? That you are a very, what I'm hearing is generous, that you're very big-hearted, that you flow love very easily, and that they are envious of that, of the ease that you have to be able to kind of connect to other people and to love, right? So, I am so lost in the ocean that is you. This is what I was saying, a very intense connection, especially if this is a twin flame connection. They're kind of really lost in your energy. This comes out all the time. You are healing my soul, but it is a work in progress. So, I'm not saying that there's a quick fix for this, and I want you to know that, but definitely like moving in the right direction with this energies, you know, with this kind of lesson that they are learning as a result of this connection. We have the card Attraction, and we have the Ace of Wands as well, so deep attraction between you both, magnetically drawn to each other, wanting to experience each other's energy. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I absolutely love that. I want to draw one of these cards. This is the Galaxy of Lovers Oracle deck. Oh, we have the card Sorrow. I see that here with that Five of Pentacles, that they're kind of feeling a little bit sorry for themselves. Perhaps they feel like they've lost you or they've lost their chance with you in this connection. Oh, look at this. Spreading their wings. We have the card Soul Growth. So this is really, you know, about that lesson that they've been learning, and it's helping them to grow as a person. You know, it's part of their soul's evolution, their own kind of spiritual development, and maybe yours as well. Maybe it is, I sense that there's a lot of mirroring here as well. It's kind of, these very deep connections can really force us to grow. So I see a lot of positivity here with this. It may be the case that they need to take a little bit of a break, but they are kind of working through this issue that you are coming up against. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. It has been my honour to read your cards as always. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you feel called to, please check out my beautiful collection of Lumiere Oracle decks. I've designed them all from the heart. I've got 2 message decks, like 3 twin flame soulmate decks, and a couple of general Oracle decks as well. So I've loved creating those from the community. People are absolutely loving them. So if you love indie decks, if you're looking for a new one to add to your collection, then do check those out. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings in your situation, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 2. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful Aura Quartz Point Crystal. So let's take a look, see what it is that your person really wants to tell you today. I'm going to start by drawing one of the Lovers Oracle deck cards. Oh my goodness. This is the beautiful image that you get, and it says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So not putting so much weight on the past, what has happened, maybe just inviting the energy of forgiveness or compassion into this connection. This could be you who needs to kind of channel this energy, or it could be a process that your person is going through. Okay, so but gentle energy here. The energy, what I'm hearing from Spirit is like reconciliation. If like you've kind of not been on the same page or not really being able to see things the same way, I see this kind of reconciliation here. So it's like gentle energy coming in. I really like that. Let's take a look at your tarot, and then I will draw some oracle cards later. Okay, opening your reading with the Ace of Cups in reverse, and you get 4 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Hermit in reverse, the 10 of Swords, the Temperance, the Fool, the 8 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and then you get King of Wands, 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. All right then, I see Leo's energy here, Virgo's energy, Sagittarius energy. May be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Now this is an interesting opening to your reading with this Ace of Cups in the reverse. It could feel like all the love has kind of drained away out of this connection, or maybe you feel like a disconnect. Maybe you can't sense their energy, or you feel like the bond isn't as close as it once was. But it's not because there isn't love in this connection or that your person doesn't love you, right? This isn't the energy that I'm getting at all. I feel like sometimes when you're not kind of agreeing, or you don't really understand each other, it can feel like, where has the love gone? It's still there, it's just hiding, don't worry. But there's this energy of kind of, where has the love gone in this connection? But the other message that I'm getting is like running on empty. So I feel like your person may be very busy with a lot of responsibilities to do with their home life, which may have caused them to feel like they're running on empty, and then haven't had the bandwidth, or haven't put as much energy into this connection as they should have, or that kind of needs to be in this connection. Maybe they haven't made time for you to be close to you. This is what I'm seeing here. or kind of not being consistent. But this is the 1111 card. This is a gateway here. A lot of powerful energy. They want to come towards you, right? I just see them coming towards you either with a message, maybe even turning up on your doorstep with this Knight of Swords to the Four of Wands. To kind of be with you, to kind of connect with you. They've got a lot that they want to say to you that is very genuine, that's going to kind of bring you closer together, is what I'm seeing here. So regardless of kind of how things seem or your perception of what's going on, I really see like being able to overcome those challenges, a lot of kind of forward motion with this, and then being able to come towards you in a way that kind of brings you closer together. This is what I'm seeing. They're really kind of done with this energy here, this kind of Hermit in the reverse. They're kind of done with pushing people away or pushing you away or kind of being on their own, or if you're on a break, they really want this to kind of end now. They're sort of done with that. There's an energy here of kind of a cycle or a phase that's kind of closing up. They want to like put this to bed. They want to kind of put this behind you, right? And kind of leave it in the past where it belongs. So whatever it is that was a challenge for you, if there was a disagreement or something, it's just like there's such beautiful, gentle, graceful energy here that I'm picking up from your reading of just like wanting to reconcile, wanting to make things right, really just like wanting to leave those difficulties behind, or that kind of period in their life. So maybe they were going through a bit of a difficult time or a challenging time or a super busy time, and they're just kind of like, look, I'm done with that now, and now I want to be able to reach out, I want to connect, I want to spend time together, all of this. Healing energy with this Temperance. This is like a spiritually blessed connection between you both, which I think is really nice, and this is the gentle energy that I was talking about. If they've been through this phase where things have been a little bit chaotic in their personal life, or maybe between you both, or maybe both of those things, you're moving into this energy where things are much more balanced, okay? Where they're able to create space, is what I'm hearing, be able to create space for you in order to do this. And this is going to bring, what I'm hearing from Spirit, is a lot of understanding. Right, that energy of compassion that we were talking about again. Healing this rift, healing these difficulties. I'm seeing a lot of sharp edges kind of being made softer, like kind of glass in the sea over time, is the image that I'm getting in this situation. So I'm seeing those kind of jagged edges, those sharp edges, that friction, that anger kind of softening, and I'm hearing the word mellow as well. So kind of mellowing out with this. So this kind of phase in their life where they've been too busy for this connection or too busy for you is really coming to an end. They want to spend time with you. They want to connect to you. It's going to feel very nourishing, very spiritual. They want this fresh start here with this beautiful fall energy. This is like really turning over a new leaf for you both, right? Which I think is really positive. There's a lot of positivity here. This is like going on a new adventure, but definitely this energy of just like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this. I want this fresh start with you, right? I feel like they've had a lot of anxieties and a lot of worry. A lot of that may be to do with their responsibilities or to do with work. So I feel like this is something that's going to be ongoing between you and your person. It's something that you are maybe going to have to compromise on or find your way around. Remember, these energies can resonate vice versa as well. You know, maybe they're studying towards something or kind of working towards a promotion or something like this. But this is always going to be on their mind, this kind of, this feeling, this kind of, you know, working towards their goals or their work responsibilities or their family responsibilities. This is always going to be a factor. But, you know, there is healing here, and there is this kind of, there is a solution, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You know, that they are able to kind of, that you are able to find between you both, so that that kind of real life doesn't interfere with this relationship and this kind of love that you have. Because it's like they're very conscientious, right? And so they do have a lot of anxiety. They want to be like it's like maybe they want to make a name for themselves, or they want to kind of get that promotion. This is something that's very important to them, and they want you to know this. This has to be kind of recognized, that this is kind of part of who they are. And so this is always going to take up some of their attention, you know, kind of working towards what it is that they're studying towards, or towards their career. They want to be successful in life, so this is always kind of going to be on their mind. So they want you to know this, that this is kind of important to them, and they're kind of working out how they can do this and have this be important, but also have this beautiful relationship with you in their life as well. So it's like there is love and rainbows and unicorns and all of that, but also there is the kind of mundane and the day-to-day that needs kind of addressing and sorting out, and that may have been an issue for them, but it is something that they are working on. So a lot of passion here with this King of Wands. Again, you know, I'm sensing that your person is quite ambitious or whatever in their life, you know, that they've got goals. They love to be around you, that it's like really good fun. A lot of sensuality, passion, intensity with this King of Wands. And I see them being able to make changes and make action towards you, about making a decision about what their priority is with this Two of Swords and this Two of Pentacles. A double two here next to each other is a sign from Spirit. So 2-2 or 2-2-2 or 2-2-2-2 may be a sign for you in this connection over the next few days, or just generally in your situation. So I see them being able to kind of take that action that we were talking about that really needs to happen, to make this decision about what's a priority, and what they're prioritizing is you and this relationship. And also with this Temperance energy of being able to find that balance between love and romance, and also their other responsibilities. And this is something that they've been learning. This is what they want you to know, that they've been learning about this. They've been learning about themselves, and maybe they have struggled to juggle all of these different things and wear all these different hats and be you know, a different part, you know, showing up as kind of who they needed to be at work and who you need them to be. So, but they just want you to know that this has been an issue for them, or a struggle, or that they haven't quite got it right, and they know they haven't got it right, but they want to do right by you. Okay, they want to come towards you, to communicate with you, and they want to step towards you, to be closer emotionally with you, right? Let's draw some oracle cards and see what's what with your person. I miss you more than you know. Maybe they've had to travel or go away, or you've been spending some time apart, or even just when, even if you're not in no contact or on a break, they just kind of miss you when you're not there. And I feel like maybe they never say that, or they just, it's like what I'm hearing is they've made an assumption that you know, but they haven't said that. Your picture brings me to tears. So, yeah, again, this energy of maybe missing you, or reminiscing about the past if you're not together, or maybe you're kind of forced to be apart due to work commitments or something, and this is what we've been talking about today. Checking out on social media or looking at pictures of you on their phone makes them feel kind of very intense, very emotional, is what I'm sensing. So, I know Spirit's saying draw one of these cards, and then I'm going to draw one from the Fairies Oracle. Flirtation, flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. So this is really just this beautiful energy of flirtation. This is like a reminder. I think your person wants you to know that they've kind of remembered that, like, this can be fun, this connection can be fun. It doesn't all need to be so serious, you know, it isn't all just like, maybe they've got into a bit of a heavy energy with everything, or in their life, and that it doesn't have to be serious, and that you can just enjoy each other's company and just have fun together, and just kind of take it a day at a time, and you know, live in the present moment a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Such a different energy in this reading to in group number one. Look at this. We have the card Find Balance. Oh, this is such a strong message. Find the balance between your work, rest and play, and you will have more energy, harmony and productivity, in your life. This is the message that's coming through, that your person really wants you to know that their life has got a little bit out of balance. due to their responsibilities, and maybe they've been neglecting you or neglecting this connection or this relationship or not moving it forward when they want to. They want to move this forward. They want to be with you. This little fairy here is studying, so maybe they're studying for something, for a promotion or for some exams. And we've got this candle here as well, and getting the phrase burning the candle at both ends. So maybe they haven't been having enough sleep as well in their connection. But yes, there's definitely this energy of your person trying to find their way when it comes to kind of making everyone happy, making their boss happy, making their mum happy, making you happy, right? So they're just trying to find some balance in their life, and I see them coming into that energy. And that's exactly what we've been talking about in your reading. So I find that super fascinating. I'm being drawn to this deck. And then I want to get some messages as well. See what it is that they want to say to you. We have the card Resistance coming out here. So maybe kind of this energy of resistance around... I'm going to draw another one just to clarify this. This is interesting. I feel like they've been coming up, like you've been coming up against some resistance with this. You're just like, come on, you need to make more time for this. You need to sort this out. You know, do you want this or not? Because you're not acting like you are. And we have the card Hurting as well. So maybe this has been quite painful for them. Maybe you've been going through like a little bit of a difficult time. Your person really wants you to know that what I'm hearing is that if they've hurt you, then it has hurt them. It's just like they never meant to hurt you, they didn't mean to hurt you or to neglect you, and if they've caused you any suffering, then that is very painful for them as well. You know, that they, you know, they don't want to be in that energy. You know, it hurts their heart to hurt you. I'm really picking up in this energy that this is someone who cares about you very deeply. And they're just doing the best that they can with the information that they have. And they may not always get it right, but it isn't vicious or malicious, or it's just about their own sort of learning process. And maybe they've got into a pattern. We have, I want to build a life with you. This came out in group number 1. How weird is that when I've done all this shuffling as well? And I shuffled the decks in between the readings. So yes. But I do see this here. I feel like they're very much working. Your person's very much like goal orientated, that they're working towards their goals, that they're working towards, they've got a particular vision for their future. You know, they're quite a visionary with what it is that they want in their life. They're not kind of like fly by the seat of their pants, or just like, I don't know what it is that I want. They're very clear about what it is that they want and how they see their future. So I see this here, that they want to kind of build that life with you. Build something more, you know, build on what it is that you've already got. I'm hearing the word foundation as well, and we've got that 4 of Wands. We have, I feel like I'm going crazy. So maybe this indicates that feeling of overwhelm that they've had at this time, or that they're kind of, it's like this energy of just like, it's like they made assumptions, and those assumptions were sort of wrong, and now they're just like, oh, I can't believe I thought that. Or I can't believe I made that assumption about this connection, like that you'd still be here, or that this would be okay with you. So, and it may be the case that they feel like they're going crazy without you, or just this energy of sort of overwhelm as well. Oh my goodness, we have the card, I feel safe with you. This is so lovely. And I'm really getting this from this reading as well, that they feel very safe in your company, in your energy. I'm hearing the word authenticity, like they can just be their authentic self with you. This feels like, it feels like a very healthy connection, like it's built on a solid foundation, even if you've experienced some difficulties. But yes, you feel like home to them, and that they're safe to sort of express themselves with you. So that's everything that I have for you in this reading today. It has been my honour to read your cards. As always, I've loved it so very much. do give this video a like. It really helps me out. I really appreciate your support if you can do that. You know, if you can kind of interact with the video a little bit, that's super helpful. And also, if you feel called to, please check out my friend Starla. She is a manifestation coach. She can help you to manifest the life of your dreams, to come into right alignment with love, with your soulmate, with a specific person, with abundance, a particular amount of money, whatever it is. She is a super magical person. She can definitely help you to achieve your dreams and to teach you all about manifestation. So if you've struggled with your manifestations, or you're just like, I don't know about this law of attraction, sometimes I believe in it, sometimes I don't, then Starla can set you straight. She can help you out. She's offering £11.11 off her manifestation coaching. All her details are linked below in the description box. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you love and blessings. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 3, thank you so much for joining me today. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful amethyst cluster crystal. All right, let's start by drawing one of these cards. This is the Lover's Oracle deck. This is what you get. Very beautiful. It says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So this is what your person wants you to know right now. This is what they want to share with you. So if you're in no contact, I see a message coming in for you, but they really want you to know that they're thinking of you, that they love you, that they care about you, and they want you to be able to connect with that energy. They want you to know that this is how, despite everything or where things are at this time, they do love you and they do care about you. So it's very, very beautiful and a powerful opening to this reading as well. So it's just like all this beautiful light coming towards her in this. So it's just like, I sense that there's a lot of energetic connection between you both in terms of emotion, in terms of kind of psychic connection. Let's take a look at your tarot and then I will clarify with your oracle cards. King of Swords in the reverse, 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 5 of Cups, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups, Page of Wands, Justice in reverse, 8 of Swords, and then you get the High Priestess. Love to see the High Priestess in a reading. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 3 of Pentacles to close your reading. Super interesting. I see Libra's energy here very strongly, Leo's energy as well, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In your reading, maybe in Aquarius as well, that may resonate with you. I feel like your person isn't very good about talking about how they are feeling with this King of Swords in the reverse, that they don't really articulate what it is that they are thinking, what's on their mind. Maybe you always find yourself saying, what are you thinking about, or how do you feel about this? And they're just like, they feel things, right? But maybe you wouldn't know. It's like they don't give much away, and they're definitely, they don't have the skills to be able to kind of talk things through or to talk about how it is that they're feeling. Or it could just be this energy that they are, they're making, or they did make, an assumption that you knew how they felt, but like, how are you supposed to know if they don't tell you, is what I'm picking up on here. So it may be that they're playing their cards quite close to their chest, or and that they're not giving a lot away about how they're feeling. Maybe they don't want to open up, maybe they don't want to speak too soon, maybe they don't want to be vulnerable, but definitely this energy that they're not very good at expressing how they feel. But they love you wholeheartedly is what I'm hearing with this 10 of Cups energy, this beautiful rainbow image here as well. So they're just like, they want to make this offer of love to you. Because they feel very strongly about you. This is like true love, this is genuine, this is romantic love in this connection, and this is kind of how they feel. It's like you make them very happy. They feel better when they're with you. It's like you sort of raise them up. And it feels very rich, very fulfilling, very satisfying when they're with you. So they absolutely love that. It's like they love your frequency, the kind of, the vibration that you're giving out, the kind of way that your own vibration, how you're showing up to the world. They absolutely love this. And there is this energy of just like, yeah, I want to offer my heart to you. I want to offer love to you. But we've got this 5 of Cups, Page of Swords, and the 4 of Cups as well. So I don't know whether they've made an offer and it's been rejected, or that there's been some sort of missed opportunity here where they've sort of, they're realizing that they've kind of missed the boat, or they've missed an opportunity with you to kind of tell you how they feel, or they should have told you how they felt a long time ago. Or a while ago, and they're feeling quite sorry for themselves as a result of this with this 5 of Cups energy. There's like this energy of sorrow and of regret about that. And like I was saying, it could be that you've rejected them for whatever reason. Maybe you were just like, maybe there's a fear of rejection. Like if they come towards you with this love, they're afraid that you will reject them. Or perhaps you have rejected them because you're just like, well, that isn't what I want, or you know, you need to be clearer, or something like this. So because you didn't immediately just jump on board with it, they're feeling like a little bit wounded is what I'm hearing. Definitely checking you out with this Page of Swords, you know, this little spy here in the mix, checking you out on your social media. Maybe you're only connecting over social media at this time. That could be indicated here as well. Or just kind of asking around about you, you know, like if they hear your name mentioned in a group or at work or wherever it is that you know each other, their ears prick up and they're like, oh yeah, you know, they're pretending, they're playing it cool, but they're kind of listening out, trying to find out what it is that's going on with you. So it could be that they're checking you out on your social media, trying to find out what it is that you're doing, trying to find out more about you, very curious about you at this time, very curious about like what's going on with you, how you feel about things, like searching for clues is what I'm hearing from Spirit here as well. There is this 4 of Cups energy. They feel like a little bit despondent. I'm getting this energy from this that your person feels a little bit down, maybe a little bit of depression, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit feeling you know, just like not sure which direction to go in life, not really sure what it is that they want at this time in this connection. So this is what I'm seeing here. It may be that, like, I don't know. Hang on, I need to explore this further with this 4 of Cups energy coming in. It's just like, it's like the offer's there, the love is there, they want to do that, and it's like they can't connect to it. And I'm wondering why this is, you know, whether they feel like they're unworthy of this love and they can't connect to it, or because they're experiencing depression or anxiety, or they're in this low mood that they're unable to connect to this. Or whether like there's this slight energy, this kind of immaturity of kind of like wanting to punish you in some way, just like, oh well, I won't get back to his or her call straight away, or I won't ring them back straight away, or I'm just going to hold out a little bit longer. I don't think this is conscious. They're not consciously doing that. They're just like, there's this energy of just like, well, I'm just going to hold back a little bit. I'm going to hold back to protect myself. I'm going to hold back and just kind of wait and see how, you know, what happens and what move you make, right? This is what I'm seeing. This is what's going on with your person. They want you to know that they are like super attracted to you with this Page of Wands. It may be that this person, because we've got a couple of pages here, they may be a little bit younger than you. It could be that you're like an older soul as well, that you have a little bit more emotional maturity and more emotional intelligence, that you're better at connecting and communicating when it comes to kind of navigating your emotional landscape than they are. So there may be a little bit of a mismatch here, and you're just like, why are you behaving like this? Why are you showing up like this? You know, why are you being so immature? Why are you, you know, what's this all about? I don't understand. You're not making any sense. And this could be why. It's because they don't, you know, they don't have the same experience that you do, or they haven't, you know, learned the same skill set as you when it comes to love and relationships and expressing how they feel. They know that they are being unfair, right, to you. They know that they're being unfair to you. It's like they're attracted to you, they want to be with you, but there's this energy of just like wanting to keep it kind of surface level. Even though they do care about you and they do love you, they feel a little bit safer when things are a little bit more shallow, when things are a little bit more casual, right? So maybe they're okay for a hookup, and they're just like, if that's on offer, they'll be there, right? 100%. But anything else is a little bit triggering for them, or they're not kind of quite sure what it is that they want, because there's this energy with this Justice in the reverse of them not wanting to make a decision about things, about the future and about this connection, because they're feeling very confused. Again, this energy of anxiety here and of confusion. They can't kind of see a way out of this. I don't think this is to do with you or this connection at all. This is to do with their kind of what's going on with them, and they want you to know this, that they've got stuff going on that they're working through, that maybe they're kind of ashamed to share or to talk about, you know, because they see it as a weakness, right? But they know that they're being unfair in doing this and kind of keeping you on the hook, or kind of keeping you there's this energy that they're just kind of giving you enough to keep you interested, or giving you enough hope to keep you interested, without fully committing to you. But they want you to know that they are aware that this is not fair by you, but they're feeling very confused at this time. We've got this beautiful High Priestess, this Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. So there's a lot here that's still in the 5D that's going to come into the 3D, that's sort of waiting in the wings. There's more to this situation than meets the eye, right? But this is like a beautiful gateway here with these two pillars. So it's like a gateway from the energetic into the physical world that you're going through. So there's a lot here. It's like there's a lot of energy that they don't understand about themselves. There's a lot here. There's more to this situation than meets the eye. It's definitely what I'm getting, which is going to be revealed. So it's like you're kind of making assumptions about things, or making assumptions about each other, or about this situation, trying to fill in the gaps, and what you believe to be true isn't necessarily the case. And what I'm hearing from Spirit is the bigger picture. So, you know, in a few days or a few weeks, you'll be able to see that bigger picture, or your person will. This is going to bring a lot more clarity for you. And what I see in future energies is them wanting to be accepted by you. Like, you know, if there is this energy of rejection, or it's just like they want to be accepted. It's like there's this energy of like they don't feel whole, or they don't feel perfect, but can you love me anyway, or can you will you accept me anyway? So there's this energy of wanting to be accepted by you, of wanting to kind of come in from the cold, of wanting to really connect to you, to be able to work on things with this Three of Pentacles. This is just like, oh, I want to work on this. I want to be able to kind of make this happen. I want to work on this with you and be with you. So despite how it is that they're showing up, I just feel like there's a mismatch in how they're showing up. Maybe they're showing up with playing games or being really cool, but deep down, they want to be loved. Deep down, they want to be able to connect to love. But there's a lot of fear here about kind of, which is their issue, is about their own worthiness, to be loved by someone as amazing as you. So yeah, that's what I see here. Let's draw some messages and see what it is that your person wants to say to you. So yeah, that's kind of what they want to reveal to you from their higher self. That there is, it's like an insecurity, but they do want to work on this, right? They do want to work on this. Oh my goodness, we have, this has just leapt out of the deck. It says, forgive me. I have never felt this way before. I don't know how to act. So if they're showing up like a little bit of a mess, a little bit all over the place, I think this is why. It's because they don't really know how to behave. Which is why you may be coming up against a little bit of resistance with this, or a little bit, it's like this energy of just like, oh, it's just safer to keep this in my head. I feel like your person holds so much back, and it's just like kind of super unhelpful. It kind of really leaves you in the dark, and they think about things a lot, and they feel a lot in their heart, but you just wouldn't know. We have the card very soon. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So I see something that is imminent, like a positive change coming towards you that is imminent with this very soon card. You know, this ability to come in from the cold, to kind of want to connect to you, to want to talk to you, and to want to just be like, I want to be able to work on this with you, to kind of work through these issues. But I see that as imminent. This isn't something where you have to wait ages and ages, right? This could be today, this could be, you know, within a week, something like this. So I think that's a strong message from Spirit here. It's like this energy where they don't understand themselves a little bit. They don't understand themselves, which makes it very difficult for them to explain kind of what's going on with them to somebody else. We have I Love You Like No Other from the Seasons of the Soul Oracle deck. This is why I was saying this. 10 of Cups, mirroring that 10 of Cups energy from your reading of just being like, what I'm hearing is they see you as very special, and that they do have love, you know, deep, deep love for you, like no one else. This is why they want to work on this with you, because they don't want to lose you. You know, despite how it is that they're showing up, they're hiding a lot from you with this High Priestess energy. Not in a shady way, right? Just in terms of their own feelings. I'm being drawn to these pomegranates as well on this High Priestess card. There is abundance here, an abundance of love and opportunity as well. You help me to see clearly. Something about this connection is really giving them clarity, right, about what it is that they truly want. It's just like you're holding a mirror up to them is what I'm hearing. So that they can see their own weaknesses, their own flaws, which everybody has, obviously, and brings it into sharper focus. Brings it into sharper focus. I like this. I feel like this person is like quite complex in terms of their emotional landscape. Maybe you're picking up on that. You are my person. Like, I love you like no other. You are my person. They are identifying you as the one. This is the Wild Heart Oracle deck. They are identifying you as the one. I see this. I am living a lie. See, I wondered about this with this kind of King of Swords in the reverse. I don't think it's shadiness or kind of lies like this, but I just feel like there's a lot here where they don't show up authentically. Like I was saying, like how they're behaving and how they're showing up and how they really feel inside is not the same. So there's something here where they're kind of wearing this false mask in order to protect themselves, in order to play it cool or to look cool, or, no, I'm a badass, nobody hurts me, nobody can get close to me, I don't need love, blah, blah, blah. It's all nonsense. Like inside they're just like a mushy marshmallow, right? That's what I'm getting here. I don't know what to go for. Oh, Spirit's saying go for the fairies. Go for the fairies. Let's get one from the Fairies Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's just very nourishing, you know. Oh, we have the card Fairy Spotting. It's because I was talking about fairies. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So there's something here. I think it's like just about the kind of magic of things as well, and also it's just about that. It's about perceptions. Is what I'm hearing from Spirit. It's like about the perception, you know, what you're like we were talking about, what you're perceiving, what your assumptions are, and the actual kind of truth of the situation. To kind of different things, but there's definitely kind of more to be revealed here. Maybe a bit of magic in this connection as well. Whoops. Oh, we have the card Blessing. I absolutely love this for you. So I feel like you've worked through a lot of your stuff, and your person really sees you as a blessing in your life, like a kind of guide for them. Like at the spiritual level, they see you as a guide, as to someone who can, it's like you're on the same kind of journey, but you are further ahead. that you're further ahead on that kind of soul journey, that spiritual journey with your person. And we have the card Fresh Start. So really wanting to turn over a new leaf, that kind of the energy of the Fool here, of a kind of a new dawn on this connection, on this relationship. This is the Echo Soul Oracle deck. Yeah, of your person really kind of wanting to draw like a line in the sand and kind of start again, and just being like, can we forget all that? Can we forget all that happened and everything that I said? Can we just pretend like we don't even know each other and just start from the beginning? But I see fresh energy coming into this connection, and a fresh start, a renewal is what I'm hearing from Spirit, of this. It's like a blossoming, like something that's budding open, something that's new for you here, which I feel is kind of needed. If you've been stuck in a kind of loop or something, it's got a little bit gritty and stagnant and confusing. There's that kind of, it's like a fresh breeze coming in to kind of blow all that energy away, to create something that feels more, what I'm hearing from Spirit is optimistic. Okay. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. It has been my honour to read your cards. Super interesting reading. I've absolutely loved it. Do give this video a like. I really, really appreciate the support. It's not that I need outside validation. It's just like the analytics and stuff. Like if no one sees it, then... but yes, it's just a beautiful way of supporting free tarot and the free content that you love on, you know, all channels out here on YouTube. So... lots of people don't know that. If you feel called to, please check out my new book. It is 20 tarot spreads for living a magical life. It is now available. It's the 20 tarot spreads that I use personally in my own spiritual practice, that have given me such great insights and that I really, really connect with. And I've made them all into a book for you all. So if you're looking to learn more about the tarot, to learn you know, more tarot spreads, to give you insights, to develop your spiritual practice, then I've created these beautiful spreads just for our community, but they are my personal ones that I'm now sharing with you. So you can find that linked in the description box below this video under ebooks. It's all there for you. Check that out if it resonates. I'm super, super excited to be sharing this with the community. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you love and blessings, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care now. Bye bye.